Teacher said my family was a Norman Rockwell painting. High school friends used to come home and hang out and chat with my folks. In elementary school, I wanted to be a latchkey kid. I wasn't exactly sure what that was, but it was all over the news. My classmates would come home with the key, and I'd come home to a PTA mom, home-baked cookies in a green cookie tin, and carrots peeled, cut, and stacked into a rectangular Tupperware filled with cold water so they stayed bright orange in the fridge. We were wholesome. Running to greet my father as he pulled into the driveway at 6 p.m. wearing his tie and jacket from statistical work at the steel plant. Watching the Cosby Show in the den together after dinner. Thanksgiving at Grandma's with 2 meats, 2 vegetables, 2 starches, and 2 Jell-O molds. We also had exactly the right number of kids in our family according to Sesame Street. There were 5 people in my family. I did once tell my little brother that the reason everything came in sets of 4, like the placemats and the silverware, was because families were only supposed to have 2 kids. Being the 3rd child, he knew exactly what I was saying. Actually, in the late 1970s in America, the average family had 2.5 kids. I told him he was the 0.5. What I never did was call my sister the 0.5. What are you, retarded? That is an expression I never heard until I came to Boston. I heard the accent, of course. Nobody can go east from Cleveland, Ohio without being told to park their car in Harvard Yard. Lucky if I can get anywhere near a parking space, anywhere near Harvard tonight. But I had heard also the word retarded with an R. My sister was retarded, but not for long before the language started shifting under us. First it was special, a term that survived in special ed, but was also used for your aunt's live-in boyfriend. This is Jack, Jill's special friend. Or in Reagan's America, Jack and John were also very special. I remember when my sister's program, her name was really Jill, no relation to Jack, was changed from the developmental educational program to the developmental individualized program. Thenceforth, every one of those ubiquitous forms was stamped with the new acronym DIP, DIP. But the worst part of the ever-changing labels was how they kept adding syllables to my sentences. My sister was retarded, mentally retarded, developmentally handicapped, a person with developmental disabilities. She was special, different, differently abled, ably specialed. Word upon word piled up upon her, and none of them did the job of revelation. My sister had a boyfriend, Vincent, tall, curly black hair, dimple, Italian. She liked him cute. And he would pat her on in his autistic monotone, reciting baseball stats, while she would look up adoringly at him and talk about Scooby-Doo and how it was going to rain today. Big storm, lots of lightning. Vincent didn't dance, so my sister needed a date, and she usually picked Fred, a lanky, talented black boy a few years older than her in school. She was very clear with Fred. He was not her boyfriend, he was her dance partner. Still, she put on the cutest party dresses, smiled and smiled with her big buck teeth, and danced the night away. YMCA, everybody now, YMCA. And then she'd say, woo, I'm tired. And she'd send Fred to get her a drink. My sister, who when doctors looked at her, they said, oh, she will never walk, talk, eat, come home, was brought home into a family that then formed and reformed our home around our family until people looked at us and called us a Rockwell painting, the master of narrative Americana. People looked at us and saw their own families. And if my sister had been born in Boston, and Fred hadn't hopped to it, which he always did, I suspect she would have said, "Fred,